Hello and welcome to the PELIGRO Cup here in New York City. You're watching this broadcast on the Gremlins Network. Production by Luciano Lofrano and his wife Carol, proprietors of Softball Premier TV. This is day 3 of this 4-day tournament. Pool play will run through the rest of the day. This game featuring the New York Gremlins. They'll be the visitors over in the third base dugout in their green uniforms. Also in green or black and green is Fisher FASTBALL. They are the home team. And we'll get to the rest of the lineups in just a moment. First pitch is on its way and in for a called strike. Batting order for the Gremlins, it'll be Nick Mullins leading things off. He'll do the catching. Zenon Winters will bat second. Wayne Laulu third. And Andrew Kirkpatrick, the DP, batting fourth. Avery fifth. Blake Hunter sixth. Ladislao Malarchuk seventh. And Gonzalo Mazmu hitting in the 8th spot, followed by the 9-hitter, Tain Mumu. That one's way upstairs, taken for a ball. 3 of the 4 regular infielders for the Gremlins not starting this one. 2 of the regular 3 outfielders, so a chance for some of the rest of the Gremlins to get some at-bats. We'll talk a little bit about more at that in a moment. Hard two-hopper speared out at shortstop. Over to first for the first out on a 6-3 putout. That was Jesse Cornell over to A.J. Fisher on the defensive play. That'll bring Zenon Winters, a veteran Australian, to the plate. Steps in from the left side. Winters, one of the top hitters in that last week's Chiefs Challenge championship run by the Gremlins. Had a key hit in the final game. Just about took Holobradic's arm off with a line drive. That one turned into bases loaded in a 4-4 game. Right behind him was Blake Hunter with a big grand slam to win the tournament. But the hit by Winters keyed a pitching change. Holobradic had to leave the game. Adam Folkert came on in relief. Didn't look like he had much time to warm up. And the result was the grand slam by Hunter. Zenon, longtime member of the Australian national team. They tell me he has since retired, but certainly every bit the active player here for the Gremlins. Deep drive out into center field. That one's going to carry way out of here. Home run, Zenon Winters. See if we get a look on the replay. That ball was up in the zone, and Winters made him pay for it. Here's the pitch again on the replay. Got all of that one. Here's another fellow with some home run power, Wayne Laulu. Wayne, of course, one of 5 New Zealand players on this Gremlin squad. As we said last night, a veritable United Nations lineup and roster. That one down the heart of Main Street for a called strike. 1 from the Mexican national team, 2 from the USA, 3 from Argentina, Canada, and Australia, and 5 from New Zealand. Anyone that's been following the Gremlins for the past decade or so can tell you about a number of the key hits that Wayne has had, some walk-off home runs, plenty of power. Comes inside with that one. Some call Wayne the spirit or even the soul of this Gremlin team. He keeps everybody up, whether he's in the starting lineup or not. Little change-up taken for a strike. Next pitch is fouled over on the right side. They'll give chase. Right fielder Andre Hoover coming over to make the catch right over by the foul line. So fly out by Laulu, and that'll bring the DP up, Andrew Kirkpatrick.
En esta temporada son 3 partidos por cada equipo enfrentándose hasta el día de mañana. Sigue el partido, sigue el toque. Gracias, mi hermano Jack.
Liner out to left field over the head of left fielder Fenstermacher. He stumbled as he tried to gather his feet. Meanwhile, Kirkpatrick jogs into second with an easy stand-up double. Kirkpatrick got one away and just went with it. Kind of a line fly ball. As soon as Fenstermacher saw it was over his head, tried to back up. Looked like he might have caught a cleat out there, but the end result, Kirkpatrick at second, and Brian Avery now at the plate. Kirkpatrick, another one of those long line of good-hitting pitchers. So a couple of hard shots in the inning. The first, the home run by Zenon Winters, and now the line double by Kirkpatrick. 2 outs in the inning. Jerlin Rutt trying to get that third out. Liner off his shin, picks it up and flips it underhand over to first base to A.J. Fisher, and the side retired. The Gremlins get a run on 2 hits. 1 runner left. We've played a half inning. Gremlins on top, 1-0. Home half of the first we go, setting the Gremlins for you defensively. Over at third, Blake Hunter. Tane Mumu at short, Ladislao Malarchuk at second, and Wayne Lalu over on the other corner at first base. The outfield left to right on your dial, Brian Avery in left, Gonzalo Mazmu in center, and it's the veteran Zenon Winters over in right field. Nick Mullins is the catcher. And in the circle with the start in this one from Argentina, Pablo Migliavaca. The batter for Fisher is Zach Shirk. He'll be followed by Jake Fenstermacher. Andre Hoover will bat third. Tyler Albert fourth. Sean King fifth. Money King sixth. Ryan Nolt seventh. Fisher batting eighth, and Jesse Cornell, the shortstop, will hit in the 9 spot. Little changeup floats in for a called third. Looked like Shirk spotted the change at the last minute, but too late. He was already on that front foot. You see it there in the replay, just froze him. So first out of the game, first strikeout for Migliavaca. Fenstermacher now at the plate. Jake playing in left field for Fisher fastball. Migliavaca with a stellar performance last week in the championship game of the Chiefs Challenge. Another changeup and a beauty. Some say that's his best pitch. He had it on full display in Simcoe against Hill United. Came into a tough spot in that game when they were down 4-3. Hard grounder foul. Nick Shales had hit a home run to put Hill United up 4-3 midway in that one. And Migliavaca came in with many on base, pitched out of it, and then turned in a stellar performance down the stretch until the Gremlins could catch Hill United with that grand slam winner, breaking the 4-4 tie. Miggy, of course, a member of that Hill United team for a number of years. This is his first season with the New York Gremlins, so a little extra incentive for Pablo. Another grounder foul on the left side. Pablo, one of the senior members of that group of youngsters that came up in 2014. They won the gold as juniors. Went on to win gold in Prague in 2019. Steady flow of talent coming from Argentina. Second strikeout on that pitch. 2 up and 2 down. There you see it on the replay again. Right down around the knees. Andre Hoover will step in, get his first look at Migliavaca. Change up again, little slow roller. Underhand toss to Laulu at first, and the side retired, 3 up and down. No runs, no hits, nobody left for Fisher fastball. To the top of the second we go. We'll be right back with more great action from the Peligro Cup here in New York City. Top half of the, or bottom half of this. Gremlins will send up Hunter, Malarchik, Mazmu, and if we get that far, Mumu in that 9 spot. Gremlins scoring a run in the first on the home run by Zenon Winter. 3 hard hit balls, a couple of others. The double by Kirkpatrick. Line shot off the shin to end the inning on a ground out by Brian Abry. Jerlin Rutt is the pitcher for Fisher. Just missing outside. Rutt, a product of the USA Juniors program. going back to the 2014 cycle, so he's been at it a while. In for a call strike, good location. That one stays upstairs high.
Una carrera por 0, primera parte del segundo episodio. Homestead.
Fouled straight back to the screen. Blake is one of 4 new players on the Gremlin roster for 2023. Comes out with a grand slam to win a tournament in his first weekend out. Hello and welcome. Migliavaca, as we mentioned, also one of those. The youngster Jack Besgrove with the 16 strikeout performance last night, a 3rd new member. And Gonzalo Masmu playing in center field today, the 4th new member. Most of the other fellows with a fairly long stint with the team. Stays up high for a ball, and Hunter aboard with a walk. As we said, 3 of the starting infield are regular starting infield, not starting here. 2 of the regular outfielders not, but the bench for the Gremlins very deep, lots of talent. Every player, or virtually so, of that roster, members of their respective national teams. Malarchuk is the hitter. In for a called strike. The walk to Hunter was the 9th walk received by Gremlin batters. 8 of them last night, 5 coming in that 5-run second inning, which was pretty much the story of the game for the Gremlins. They actually only had 4 hits on the night. Home run by Cole Evans and the 2-run single by Ochoa. But it was walks that got pitcher Marco Diaz in trouble early, and they just never recovered. Changeup, good one, but it stays up. Just off the plate outside on that one. Credit the Lumberjack pitcher, Osika, who pitched pretty well down the stretch, kept them in the game, but the hill too tall to climb. They did score 3 late on a couple of bouncers through the infield, but that one's a little flare out to left field. Coming on is Finstamacher to make the catch. Trying to go the other way with it was Ladislao, but got under it just a bit too much. So the batter will be center fielder Gonzalo Masmu, another of the fine Argentine players. Also had a brother, older brother in the program for Argentina's national squad. Right down the heart of Main Street for a called strike. The skipper, Greg Leather, over in the third base coach's box for the Gremlins. Graham Matosian, the regular over there at first.
Preparado de nuevo, buscando la señal del catcher. Mr. Root
Hard one down to first base, off his glove, rolls into foul territory. Over to third goes Hunter. Masmu alertly heading down to second. So the Gremlins with runners at second and third, and a scoring opportunity for the 9-hitter, Tane Mumu. Good piece of hitting by Masmu. Got a pitch away from him, just went with it. Took a kind of a funny hop off the glove of first baseman A.J. Fisher. And we've got runners now at second and third. In for a called strike from Rutt. Ball away outside. Nick Mullins will be next.
Triple de Caballero en el diamante número 2 y empujó la primera para su equipo Caballero.
Hard one into left field, laced over the third baseman's head. In comes Hunter. Right behind him is Masmu with another run for the Gremlins. Now on top by a 3-0 score. Get a look at that on the replay. Ball up in the zone, sort of hooked over to left field. Masmu following Hunter in with another run, so 3-0 Gremlins. So Mumu making the most of his starting opportunity. Looking on from second base, Nick Mullins, the batter.
El abridor oficial de la alineación por el equipo de New York Gremlins falló por la 63 en su primera oportunidad al bate, está bateando por segunda vez en esta parte baja del segundo episodio. Listo, llega el lanzamiento.
Hard one bounces off the glove over to third base on it. Is Mumu. Pass ball.
El pitcher, white arriba, abajo, tira, si el pitcher tira abajo, white sí, con un cuadrangular, con un tablazo de caballero. A 1000 pies. Así que 1-0. Listo, de nuevo Rubio buscando la señal de su catcher. Le han dado otra buscazo.
Nick, one of the two USA national team players on this Gremlin squad. The other, of course, Eric Choa. Nick, a long-time member of the Gremlin squad, one of the longest stints for the New York-based club.
Una vez más, el derecho buscando la señal de su catcher. Viene su lanzamiento rápido, pero quedó alta. Ave María, qué profesión este de nosotros.
Still just one out in the inning. Zenon Winters on deck, looking to his next at-bat with some anticipation.
Preparado de nuevo el derecho. Aquí viene su lanzamiento.
Mullins, a little flare, fly ball to right. Playable, it's caught. Tagging up is Mumu, but he stays at third. Andre Hoover coming on to make that catch. 2 outs in the inning. Not quite deep enough to score Mumu from third. Here's Zenon Winters. Winters with the big home run to right center field in his first at-bat. Laced into right field, right between the two fielders. Right between second baseman Nolt and Fisher. In checks Mumu with another run. So 3 runs in for the Gremlins. Zen Winters seeing the ball very well today. 2 at-bats, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs. Change up to Laulu. Laulu 0 for 1 so far today. A fly out to right field in his first trip to the plate. High and deep. They'll just watch that one sail right out of here. 2-run homer for Wayne Laulu. That was a no doubt about-er. Zenon Winters checks in ahead of him, and Wayne will come back to the Gremlin dugout. High fives all the way. Big, long fly ball. There it is on the replay. It was up in the zone, and it was up and out of here. So the Gremlins matching last night's 5-run second with a 5 spot here. Kirkpatrick at the plate. 2 outs in the inning. Rutt trying to get the last one, get his team back into the dugout and do some hitting of their own. Lifted out into left center. Looks playable. Coming over is Fenstemacher, and he makes the catch for out number 3. But not before the Gremlins post a 5 spot. 5 runs on 3 hits. And that's where we are. 6-0 now. Gremlins finishing the top of the second. We'll go to Fisher and be right back. Home half of the second inning for Fisher. It'll be their 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Albert, King, and King. So Fisher fastball from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, chasing a 6 spot. Gremlins scoring 1 in the first and 5 big ones in the second. Swing and a miss on that pitch from Migliavaca. 5-run second last night, 5-run second today. Gremlins getting the bats started early. That one fouled straight back to the screen. The wind's blowing out towards right center field. If you see the flags during some of the camera shots, you'll see how hard it's blowing. Just about anything up in the jet stream today, good chance of getting out of the park. Not that Laulu's needed any help. Lined into left field, right over by the foul line, just foul. Tyler Albert a little bit out in front of that one. Looked like he might catch chalk, but it drops just foul. Probably a double had it hit in fair territory. Some of the other games going on now down the diamond past the right field fence. Some of the camera shots showing Yankee Stadium in the backdrop. You'll see the players over there. Pool play games all day today. Swing and a miss late, and Migliavaca notches strikeout number 3 in the early going. Beautiful Yankee Stadium, a nice backdrop all weekend long. That one opened in the 2009 season after they closed the old ballpark in 2008. Some of the outfield frieze, F-R-I-E-Z, the decorative architectural top of the stadium around the outside, still here at McCombs Dam Park on display. When they first built the ballpark back in 1923, for Babe Ruth, of course, the owners told the architectures they wanted an air of dignity to the ballpark and laced into the 5.5 hole for a base hit by Sean King. Not especially hard hit, but in the right spot, base hit. That old frieze overlooked the old Yankee Stadium for the better part of 8 decades. Ruth, Gehrig, DiMaggio, Mantle all spending some time on that one. This is McCombs Adam Park, which is overlaid onto the old field, so you can actually run and play where the greats once walked and played. Stays upstairs for a ball. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes he goes. Strikeout number 4, the second out of the inning. Sean King still over at first base. And that'll bring Ryan Nolt, the second baseman, to the plate. The Gremlins' Jack Besgrove with 16 strikeouts last night. Bounce in the dirt. Mullins picks it up, but not in time as King gets a good jump. Now finds himself at second base. So wild pitch in my scorebook puts King down at second. One hopper to short, over to first. To Wayne Laulu for the final out. For Fisher, no runs, a hit, a man left. We played 2 complete. Gremlins on top, 6-0. Top of the third innings for the Gremlins. It'll be Avery, Hunter, and Malarchuk. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. We were talking briefly about that frieze, the decorative architecture of the old Yankee Stadium that is on display here at McCombs Adam Park. That is, of course, the iconic frieze. It's on the logo for the Yankees television network. Maybe we'll have to add it to ours if we keep coming back to this Peligro Cup. Or as our Spanish-speaking friends say, Copa Peligro. Avery, the hard grounder off the shin of Jerlin Rutt. We have a pitching change. We'll catch that up with that when we get that report. Jerlin Rutt giving way after 2 innings, surrendering the 6 runs to the Gremlins.
Zimmerman. Amigo mío. Y el suyo también.
Inside part of the plate for a strike.
Enfrentarse aquí entonces a los muchachos de New York. Gremlins. El lanzador fue castigado con 6 carreras. Vamos a ver cómo le va en esta oportunidad.
Grounder foul. Avery, a versatile outfielder, played right in the first game, over and left for this one. It's usually Mr. Inoka over in center. Today it's Gonzalo Mazmu. Fouled off the screen. As we said last night, not much room behind home plate. Anything off the backstop usually coming right back to the catcher, unless it takes a crazy carom. Also a big overhang chain link grabs a lot of those foul balls. Hard one foul over on the right side.
Bueno, queremos agradecer la invitación que nos hizo Peligro Sport el año pasado, en un día con la familia, ahí en la 193 y Amsterdam, allá en New York. La pasamos muy bien, esto la pasó bien. De maravilla. Eso lo hace Peligro Sport. Sigue el partido, sigue el top.
Laced into left field, coming on is Fenstermacher to make the catch. Well struck ball by Avery, with Fenstermacher for the out.
Ahí de frente al left field sin ninguna consecuencia. Falla este bateador del equipo de los New York Gremlins. Un batazo al left field de un out y sigue el partido 6 carreras por 0 y te sigue narrando el topo 15. Ahora sí con un out llega el lanzamiento la vez pasada.
First pitch in on Hunter, in for a called strike.
El tercera base. Una información de Peligro Sport 2200 de Amsterdam. Una vez más. Zimmerman. Aquí llegó el lanzamiento pegado. Se libera con usted una bola y un strike.
Phil Zimmerman is the pitcher for Fisher Fastball. Another one of the products of the USA softball program. So both of them, Rutt and Zimmerman, USA boys. Way off the plate. Rutt and Zimmerman coming up through that USA junior program. Tim Lyons was the head coach for so long. Successfully launching a lot of careers for fellas like Zimmerman. Little slow roller to third. He'll have to hurry just in time to get Hunter on the 5-3 put out.
Bueno, ahí sin suerte estos bateadores hasta el momento. Rolling por la tercera base sin consecuencia. El disparo a la almohadilla de la primera. 5-3 la jugada. Al lado número 2. Sigue el partido, sigue el todo.
Some of the noise you may be hearing in the background, the train just above us.
Saludo especial
Makes you feel like you're in the heart of New York City, which of course we are.
Gran Mamú.
El Bronx.
Ahí patrullando y apoyando esta 24ª Copa Peligro Sport. El Gran Mamú. Un gran lanzador de Albereno.
Malarchuk checks his swing.
Buenos tiempos. Uno de los mejores. Respetado acá en la ciudad.
Ladislao, one of 3 Argentine players on this team. Gonzalo Masmu waiting on deck is another. Change up, and it's laced in the gap to left center field, all the way to the fence on one hop, and into second with a double is Malarchuk. Because we'll see on the replay, again, its location, the ball up in the zone. Ladislao liked it and drove it.
Que quiere seguir ampliando la ventaja hasta el momento 6 carreras por 0, perdiendo los pitchers de Pensilvania y están hacia adelante los Gremlins de New York.
So Masmu at the plate, Malarchuk at second base, 2 outs in the inning.
Pero la ciudad de New York City, Nueva York, originalmente la está representando la Kennedy. Claro, ellos son de Nueva York también, pero
Foul ball off the first base dugout.
De la ciudad de Nueva York está representando el equipo de la Kennedy. Tiene un partido ganado.
Zach Shirk, the third baseman for Fisher, well off the line. Hard one. That one's going to find the gap in right center field. Coming around third to score is Malarchuk with run number 7. Meanwhile, all the way around to third. Now headed for home and in safely is Masmu. A little misplay by Fisher handling the ball on the relay, and Masmu saw it, just kept right on going. Not sure how the official scorekeeper will charge that one, but it's a run regardless. 2 runs in the inning, and now an 8-0 New York lead as Tane Mumu steps in.
Listo de nuevo, llegó el lanzamiento, la vio pasar, strike cantado. Tone es el bateador. Ave María, cuántos trabucazos aquí. Señores. Sigue volando bajito el equipo de New York Gremlins. En esta segunda entrega para ellos, la segunda vez. Lo vemos por acá.
Mumu, one of 5 New Zealanders on this team. Up the middle, shortstop, up and over to first, but not able to hang on to it. Looked like he tried to hurry it. That was Jesse Cornell throwing over to Fisher. Charged the error to Cornell, and Mumu aboard with 2 out. Here's Nick Mullen, 0 for 2 today. Ground out, fly out.
Sigue el partido 8 carreras por 0 arriba el equipo de los Gremlins de New York, que sigue narrando el top 15.
Swing and a miss on a good rise ball.
Para Nick Mullins, que tiene de 2-0 en el partido. Está bateando por tercera vez. Preparado en el bomb, busca la señal de cancha de derecha. Aquí viene el lanzamiento. Bola también. Zimmerman es el lanzador, bien castigado. Lo llevaba 2 outs de manera consecutiva. Y después vino un doble.
Stays upstairs. Quick snap throw from the catcher, Albert. Mumu scampering back. So the count now 2-1 to Nick Mullins. Good over the top drop in for a called strike. Good rotation, good location on that pitch from the big fella.
recordarles que esta Super Copa Peligro Sport es dedicada nada más y nada menos a nuestro
Zimmerman, one of those fellas that can throw all day long. He did as a member of the USA squad. High pop fly in the infield. It'd be Cornell squeezing it for out number 3. The Gremlins add a couple of runs on a base hit and a couple of miscues. They take an 8-0 lead now into the home half of the third. We'll be right back with more great action from the 2023 Copa Peligro. Home half of the third we go. Fisher fastball. 7, 8, 9 getting their first looks at Migliavaca. We've not yet been through their batting order. Seems like we've been at it longer than that. 8 runs checking in for the Gremlins, so it's taken a bit of time. In between the inning, those flags kicking up, blowing very hard towards right field. Swing and a miss. Fisher, of course, needing to score a couple of runs if they want their full contingent of at-bats. Run rule looming large in this game as we approach the 5th inning. Migliavaca, the starter for the Gremlins, still going. Changeup misses downstairs. Swing and a miss on that one. Down on strikes goes Ryan Nolt. First baseman A.J. Fisher will step in. Jesse Cornwall waiting on deck. Little spinning change for a called strike. Miggy with 2 strikeouts in the first, 2 more in the second, and starting things off here in the third with 1. Beautiful changeup. Way out in front is Fisher. Rise ball stays upstairs. The changeup was the key against Hill United, I think, when he came on in relief. Pitching against his old teammates, I think the tendency is you want to strike everybody out. He resisted the temptation and threw pitches like that one. Another changeup, another strikeout. 6 in the game for Miggy. And we're down to the 9 spot. Jesse Cornell, the shortstop for Fisher fastball. It looks so good, it looks so big, you think you can hit it, but all about timing and balance. Tough pitch to regroup for.
Bueno, ahí está el abridor oficial, Zach, ponchando su primera oportunidad del bate, está bateando por segunda vez en esta parte baja del tercer episodio, sigue perdiendo el equipo del Fisher. 8 carreras y ahí está, llegó el lanzamiento abierto. Señores, no dejen de pasar por aquí con nosotros, disfrutar del mejor partido de softball molinete, con los mejores jugadores del mundo entero, señores. Aquí están, en un solo escenario. Listo de nuevo.
Good pitch right in for a called strike. Little extra on that one.
90, dice Jack.
You see the change so often from Migliavacca. You start looking for it, get caught on your heels when he throws a hard one. There's another on the outside edge for a called strike.
Segundo strike. Dígalo, mi hermano. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Familia. Holística. Preparado de nuevo.
Choked way up is Cornell, trying to make some contact. Little grounder foul.
2200 de Amsterdam Avenue en Manhattan, Peligro Sport. Y en Santiago, en la Plaza Marili, frente al Junga. Peligro Sport. Sigue el partido, sigue el topo.
Change up and a beauty. Strike 3 called. 3 consecutive strikeouts. Migliavacca facing the minimum number of batters through the first 3, 9 hitters. Only 1 single. That erased on the double play ball. So 8-0 Gremlins as we head to the top of the 4th. We'll be back with more here on the Gremlins Network and Softball Premier TV. Top half of the 4th inning for the Gremlins. 2, 3, and 4 in their batting order. Zenon Winters, Wayne Laulu, and Andrew Kirkpatrick, all with hits in this game. Winters, of course, with a big home run, the first run scored. That a home run, looks inside and takes one off the noggin. Looked like a changeup just kind of dropped in on the helmet. And Winters aboard for the 3rd time today. Homer, RBI single, and now the hit batter puts him at first. And Wayne Laulu. Wayne 1 for 2, of course, the monstrous, majestic home run in his last at-bat. Plenty of power. Little slow roller to third, grounded foul.
No bate de foul, cómprate un bate en Peligro Sport y seguro que batea de ahí. Peligro Sport, 2200 de Amsterdam Avenue en Manhattan, Peligro Sport. Y en Santiago, la Plaza Marili frente al home. Sigue el partido, sigue el topo.
Good hard one on the outside edge for a called strike. Over the top drop from Phil Zimmerman.
Laulo, el equipo de New York Gremlins, ganando 8 carreras por 0.
Tyler Albert, the catcher for Fisher, running through those signs.
COPA PELIGRO Sport.
Another one in for a called strike, and Laulu behind now.
No, se lo lleva ya, Pedro. No, todavía. Aguántate. Los nervios están de punta. Y se lo lambieron.
Are they saying called third? I think that was the discussion.
Sí, porque el primer le trae un foul.
So Laulu called out on strikes. First out, Andrew Kirkpatrick. Andrew with a double to left in his first trip to the plate. Got a pitch away and went with it. Fly ball to left field his second time up.
llegando el primero de la entrada. Hay un corredor en primera vía, un de bola aquí que le entregaron en la primera entrada. Andrew. Patrick.
Liner to short, right at the diving Cornell. Nice play by Jesse. That one had double written all over it. See on the replay here, a hot smash. Grabbed by Cornell, 2 outs in the inning. Brian Avery, the batter, 0 for 2 on the day, ground out, fly out. That one's lifted high to right field, looks playable. Out there is Andre Hoover, vacuuming it up for the final out. So a quick inning for Phil Zimmerman, the hit batter of Winters to start things off, then 3 consecutive outs, and Fisher going to go back to hitting.
COPA 24, número 24.
3.5 innings, still 8-0 New York.
Todos los años.
Andre Hoover will step in. Hoover a ground out to the pitcher last time up.
Ponchado la primera oportunidad, bateando por segunda vez en el partido. Se enfrenta de nuevo a Pablo Miklavaca. Listo, de nuevo llegó el lanzamiento. Un poquitito bajo para el
Little spinner misses away from Miggy.
el círculo de espera se encuentra Sega King. Ave María. Listo, Pablo. Rápido la vio pasar, está cansado. Dime ya, Veneno, ¿qué velocidad? 80 millas por hora. Se sonó duro. La brisa la tumbó un poquito. Una vez más, ahí está el lanzamiento.
Downstairs for a ball. 8-0 Gremlins in this one. New York will be back with one more pool play game tonight at 7 p.m. They will take on Team Kennedy, who, as we mentioned, leading AWP on the other diamond here at McCombs Dam Park. They call the group of fields the Heritage Fields. They were installed when the Yankees decided to build a new Yankee Stadium, part of the trade-off with the community.
Contra el equipo de los Fisher de Pensilvania. Sigue el partido, sigue el topo.
Strike three call. Down goes Hoover. Second strikeout in the inning. 9 on the day through 3 innings of play. Excuse me, 4. 8-0 Gremlins. We'll be back with more. Top of the 5th coming right up. Top half of the 5th inning for the Gremlins. They'll send their 6, 7, 8 hitters to the plate. Hunter, Malarchik, Muzmu, and if we get that far, Mumu in the 9 spot. We're at that pivotal moment of the game, the 5th inning. The Gremlins with an 8-0 lead. We're in run rule territory. They, of course, would like to add another run or two here to give themselves a cushion, but Fisher possibly down to their final 3 outs when they come to bat in the home half of the 5th. Hunter 0 for 1, had a walk and scored in that 5-run second. Grounded to third in his last trip to the plate. Blake, a member of Team Canada, his national team. Way outside with that pitch. That one in for a called strike.
Con los mejores jugadores del mundo en este solo escenario aquí, el antiguo Yankee Stadium, la Super Copa Peligro Sport, 24ª entrega. Una vez más preparado Zimmerman, llegó al lanzamiento bajo 4 malas, le dio el pasaporte.
And the fourth one a ball.
Y va rumbo a primera base, sin novedades.
So Hunter getting a walk for the second time today. That'll bring Ladislav Malarchuk to the plate. Malarchuk with a fly out to left in his first trip, then the single to left center field. Last time up came around to score in the 2-run third. In for a called strike, over the top drop from Zimmerman. Just off the plate outside. Missing upstairs for a ball. We're at the Argentine portion of the Gremlins lineup. Malarchuk at the plate. Gonzalo Masmu waiting on deck. Downstairs for a ball.
Señores, se está jugando un partido más en este maravilloso diamante. Del otro lado, que estaba en la base llena, porque veo que está corriendo ya. Parece que no hubo novedades. Sí, ahí se quedaron cortos ahí, el equipo de la Kenia.
Swing and a miss, and a good pitch on the outside edge. Looked like he fooled Malarchuk with that one. Malarchuk looking for a plate inside, and he got one out. Little slow roller to second. He'll have an out at first if he hurries. No. Malarchuk aboard with an infield single. It was a slow roller. Knew he would have to hurry. Tried to underhand it. But Malarchuk running well. Safe at first. So it's Hunter at second, Malarchuk at first. And the 8-hitter, Gonzalo Masmu, playing center field today. Stepping up to the plate. Fisher cannot afford to surrender any more runs in this one. Already looking at an 8-run margin in the 5th. That's run rule territory. The wind's now kicking up, blowing very hard out towards right field. Fortunately for Zimmerman, not at the power portion of this Gremlin lineup, but on a day like today, anybody can get one up in the jet stream. The ball will carry.
Llegó el hombre duro, Manny Grullón. Bienvenido aquí al diamante número 1 del viejo Yankee Stadium.
Swinging late as Masmu grounded back into the screen for a strike. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast here on the Gremlins Network. We'll be here all weekend long, and for that matter, all season long. Hope you have a chance to join us throughout the 2023 summer campaign. 7 o'clock tonight is the next one after this. Send our regards out to Patricia Manley, one of the Gremlins' very best fans, having a battle with cancer. Want you to know that we are with you. Nobody fights alone. All the Gremlin players send along their regards as we do ours. Happy to have you tuned in today to watch this ball game.
Una vez más preparado el derecho. Zimmerman. Viejo. Listo, llegó el lanzamiento.
Grounder foul up along the left side.
No bate de foul, Copa tumbate en Peligro Sport y seguro que bate de hit. Peligro Sport, 2200 de Amsterdam Avenue en New York. Tú sabes, Topo, que hay un manager, un gerente general de un equipo de Miami, los Miami Tigers, que aprendió muy bien la lección de Manny Grullón y en los torneos que no va a culiar no participa. Le hemos invitado varias veces aquí a la Copa Peligro Sport. Dice que sí, luego se sale. Fernando.
Inside, taken for a ball.
Un saludo para él allá en Miami. Que ha ganado bastantes copas, Fernando, el hombre duro de los Miami Tigers. Sigue el partido, sigue el topo.
Mazmu's been aboard twice today, scored both times, making the most of his starting opportunity. Another grounder foul on the left side.
Visita Peligro Sport. Cómprate los útiles deportivos allá y seguro que batea de hit. Peligro Sport, 2200 de Amsterdam Avenue, allá en Manhattan y en Santiago, en la Plaza Marili frente al home. Peligro Sport. Sigue el partido, sigue el topo. Listo de nuevo el derecho buscando la señal del catcher, Mr. Zimmerman. Llega el lanzamiento rápido, lo va a perder.
And that one's taken for ball 4, so the base is now loaded for the Gremlins. Nobody out. And to the 9-hitter, Tane Mumu, we go. Mumu also aboard twice today, scored in the second, had that 2-run single, and then reached on the error. Ball hit to the shortstop. Hunter at third, Malarchuk at second, and Mazmu over at first base. So Phil Zimmerman and Fisher fastball finds himself right where they didn't want to be. Already facing a run rule potential. High hopper to second. He'll step on the bag. Back to first. Not in time as Blake Hunter checks in with run number 9 on the play. Looked like he might toss it to short for the out at second, but thought he could get there quickly. Stepped on the bag just a little bit behind Tane Mamu. So Mumu aboard on the fielder's choice. Back to the top of the order, and Nick Mullins we go. So runners at the corners. Malarchuk over at third. Mumu on at first. Mullins 0 for 2 today. Grounder out and a fly out.
Preparado el derecho, Zimmerman. Busca la señal del cancho, llegó el lanzamiento rápida, pero un poquito alto, se nivela su conteo, una bola, un strike. Copa Peligro Sport, 24ª temporada. 8 equipos trabajando con nosotros. Y tenemos más de 20 países, ¿verdad? No hay más de $10,000, digo yo, de países. Más de 20 países salen aquí. La mala que tiene 18 peloteros diferentes, de diferentes países. Desde Japón hasta llega el lanzamiento.
Grounder in the 5.5 hole. It'll find its way into left field. In with run number 10 is Malarchuk, sliding in safely. At third is Mumu. RBI single for the veteran Nick Mullins.
Realmente le están dando tituá. No TikTok.
Here's Zenon Winters. He's been aboard all 3 times. Home run in the first, RBI single in the second, and got plunked on the noggin in his last trip to the plate. Winters strikes you as one of the professional hitters in the game. Been around a long time and still performing at a high level. Swing and a miss, foul tip. Sometimes in the outfield, sometimes the DP for the Gremlins. Doesn't matter to him. He'll get his at-bats in. I watched him in that championship game last week in Simcoe after he had a key hit to set up the grand slam. He's walking, pacing around the dugout waiting for his next at-bat. He was still 5 batters away from being up again, but had the helmet on, ready to go. Very intense player, always focused on the game at hand. Grounder foul up along the right side. Again, it's Mumu at third, Nick Mullins at first. 2 runs in the inning. The score is at 10. And Winters with a chance to add to that. Ball off the plate outside. Zimmerman sobre Winter. Listo de nuevo buscando la señal del catcher. Pitch from Zimmerman. Deep to center field, watching it sail out of the ballpark is the center fielder king, Zenon Winters, with his second home run of the day. He started the game with 1 and now puts an exclamation mark on this one. 3-run homer. That score now at 13-0 Gremlins. The Z-Man.
Aquí no vale que fulano fue selección mundial, aquí le ponen su etiqueta de cada uno de ellos. Y ahí está demostrado. 13 carreras el equipo de los Gremlins de Nueva York contra el equipo de los Fisher.
And it won't get any easier for Zimmerman. Wayne Laulu steps in. Wayne with that majestic home run. And the flags and the wind kicking up now. Anything up in the air is going to carry. Wayne 1 for 3 on the day. Hits a high hopper up the middle for a base hit. Second of the day. The wind really kicking up now, blowing from the third base side out towards right field. And Andrew Kirkpatrick certainly capable himself of getting one out. 1 for 3 on the day. Doubled in the first, fly out to left, and hit that line shot to short. Looked like it was going to split the gap. So Andrew seeing the ball well. Grounder to second. He'll make the toss to second, not in time as the ball gets away. Sort of a backhanded toss. Looking for the double play, winds up with no outs on the play. Laulu at second base now, Kirkpatrick at first on the miscue. Charge the throw with the error. Coming on to run for Andrew Kirkpatrick is Cole Evans. So trade a Kiwi for an Aussie over there. Don't like to see your other pitchers out there running the bases if they don't have to be. And in a 13-0 game, I think it falls in that category. Brian Avery's the hitter. 0 for 3 on the day. Ground out, fly out, fly out. High hopper just over the glove of second baseman Nolt. Coming around to score is Laulu on the single by Avery, so he joins the club. Those Gremlins with hits in this one. Laulu checking in with run number 14. There's just no weak spots in this Gremlin order. No place to try and find outs. Runners at the corners now. Cole Evans, who ran for Kirkpatrick at third. And that one's hit onto right field, but right at the right fielder, Hoover. He grabs it, and Cole Evans, as soon as the ball's in the glove, tags up and comes home to score another. Credit Hunter with a sac fly and the RBI.
New York Gremlins. Sacrificando aquí este pitcher con la diferente banda. El cuadro también no le ha ayudado mucho. Varios errores. Sigue el partido, sigue el topo.
Malarchik's back at the plate again.
Ya lo saben, otra carrera número 15. Ahora los muchachos de New York Gremlins. El equipazo.
Grounder down to third, coming across for the out, and the side retired. 15-0 now is the score we show as we head to the home half of the fifth. And Fisher, a tall task to get back in this one and get any at-bats. Run rule is in effect. First pitch of the fifth, grounded foul. Sean King is the batter. He'll be followed by King and Ryan Nolt. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Want to tip our caps to the streaming production crew, Softball Premier TV. That would be Luciano Lofrano and his wife, Carol, doing all the heavy lifting, streaming this tournament all weekend long. We thank them for all of their work. Carol, we never get to see much. She's behind the camera. She's the one that's getting those great shots for Luciano.
¿Cuántas carreras, señoras y señores? ¿Cuántos cuadrangulares, par de cuadrangulares y Veneno que le han permitido al equipo de New York Gremlins tenerle el triunfo en las manos? La llegó Jack Veneno.
Strikeout on that one.
Suápete, se lo llevaron. Suápete, qué bárbaro.
That's 10 strikeouts for Migliavaca, if you're counting, and we are. 16 last night for the young Aussie, Jack Besgrove. So 26 strikeouts thus far in the tournament for the Gremlins. Certainly not much for skipper Greg Leather to complain about in the pitching department. The Gremlins only had 4 hits last night, scored a bunch of runs, mostly on walks that came in. But they have unloaded on Fisher fastball today through the first 5 innings, 15-0. Little change-up spinner.
Llega el lanzamiento, la hace swing, foul por la banda.
Grounder foul.
No
Would think the skipper, Greg Leather, also would be happy with his bench players. Most of the bench, of course, could be starters most anywhere else, but number of bench players getting starts in this one and certainly taking advantage of it, making the most of that opportunity. Miggy misses inside with that one. Outside edge for a called third. Strikeout. Number 11. The only dent in the armor for Migliavacca today was an infield single. That by Sean King back in the second inning. And he was quickly erased on a double play. So minimum number of hitters. Pablo coming off that great performance in the championship game against Hill United last weekend. Picks up right where he left off. Certainly a great acquisition, nice addition for the Gremlins in the 2023 season.
No bate de FAO, visita tu tienda Peligro Sport en la ciudad de Nueva York, compra tu súbdito deportivo y seguro que batea de hit. Peligro Sport, ahí en New York. Sigue el partido, sigue el topo.
Change up grounded to third off the arm of third baseman Blake Hunter. So second base runner of the game for Fisher. I jinxed him. So you score that one the way you like, but regardless, a runner aboard for Fisher. And it's A.J. Fisher himself at the plate. Grounded off the screen. Want to give a cap tip to Larry Lynch, who's out here keeping things running smoothly. Larry, a name known to many of you north of the border, of course, and certainly beyond that. Added the shuttle for the players to avoid that New York traffic. Been a great tournament thus far. That one's a little flare into right field, takes a crazy hop and gets away from right fielder. Actually, center fielder Masmu coming over, and Fisher's got a run. The shutout is gone. The ball landed and then just skipped in the other direction. Masmu not able to come up with it. Coming around to score was Ryan Nolt, 15-1. So Fisher playing for pride. A.J. Fisher now at second base, and down to the 9 spot, Jesse Cornell. Meanwhile, Migliavacca trying to get that final out, close things out, get his team ready for tonight's 7 p.m. game against Team Kennedy.
Luego que la bola pica y se extiende atrás, señores, eso es difícil. Esas pelotas doblan así como si fuera la pelota del fútbol americano, cuando pican y se mueven por todos lados. Es difícil atraparla. Listo de nuevo, llegó el lanzamiento.
Hard grounder foul.
No bate de foul. Cómprate un bate en Peligro Sport, seguro que batea de hit. Peligro Sport.
Sort of the same kind of finish for the Gremlins in last night's game. They took a 6-0 lead into the final frame. AWP Lumberjacks managed to add 3 runs late. I don't think the lead was ever in jeopardy, but we see it here with Fisher fastball fighting for a run in the last frame, or what looks to be the last inning. Change up, spins that one in for a strike. It's the money pitch for Migliavacca, the changeup. We've seen it all day long. Very much a part of those 11 strikeouts. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes he goes. Call it a dozen for Pablo Migliavacca. Pablo with the win in this one, the New York Gremlins. Final score, New York 15, Fisher Fastball 1, as the Gremlins run their win streak to 7 games in this young 2023 season. You've been watching the Gremlins Network. We want to thank again Luciano Alfano and his wife Carol, Softball Premier TV, for their great production work. We'll be back on the air tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you can join us. Run your errands now. Grab something to eat, something to drink when you sit down, and we'll bring you the nightcap 7 p.m. I'm Jim Flanagan. Thanks for watching.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas. Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more. The best quality live softball, on demand so you can watch when you want. Become a Premier member now, softballpremiertv.com.